Imagine Art is a ministry, and we're serving artists with disabilities, and we're a ministry of restoration, and our vision really is to transform the lives of artists with disabilities. We're operating with this target in mind, and the center of that target is God's glory. And so we're transforming the lives of our artists with disabilities for God's glory. When an artist comes to Imagine Art, our vision really first is to engage them in the community that we have. That we have an authentic community here with artists, and we want them to be a part of it. We want them to find their place. We want them to feel comfortable, and that's where we start. The team of direct service staff get together and we just talk about the individual lives of the artists, and we talk about what's hindering that person, what's God's vision for that person, where do we need to focus on a place of trust or investment or restoration, and what's the strategy? And then we just move out in that. We come away from the team doing those things. Well, a typical day in the Imagine Art community, artists come in and we enjoy a time of breakfast and coffee, and then they get to work in the studio. They're individually working on their own projects, but at the same time they're engaging in one another's projects. And we break for lunch and we'll share a community meal together. When there are other people that come to Imagine Art and work in the studio even that don't have disabilities, there's artists without disabilities that serve as volunteers. Many of them are educated in the arts, where many of our artists are self-taught in the arts. And so it really is a nice balance, as well as when we're able to identify Christian artists in the community and invite them in to use our space and our materials and be in relationship with the other artists, then, I mean, it's just a natural discipleship. It's just a good ground for people to be in relationship and learn about Jesus and to look at the lives of other artists and just glean from that. There's a reason why Imagine Art spends so much time in relationship with the artists to develop trust, and that's because we're taking them to a place where we want them to invest in themselves and what we're doing. They have to have vision for themselves. They have to see the vision that God has for them so that they can move in that, and then we walk with them. So trust in relationships is huge, because without that, there is no investment.
Our first statement really is about community. And I think that your life generally, no matter where you're at, it rises and falls in the context of relationship. And we see that evidenced in the lives of the artists that we're working with here. And that is that their lives, for most of them, often a lot of them, is because they have become disconnected from relationship. And then that gives birth to fear. But in a place of community, that is where true transformation can take place. One of the things that we say here is that, that Imagine Art is where every life is a work of art, and it truly is. It's the Word made flesh, and that's what we want to speak into each other. We want to live into each other, around each other, and provide a place that is almost like the perfect soil for transformation to take place. So, Imagine Art is many things, but ultimately it's relationship, it's community, it's transformation.
Well, I'm real excited because God is doing something amazing. That's the coolest thing, is that I show up here every day and I kind of wonder what He's going to do next. But I know it's big. I believe who He is, and I believe that He can change the life of somebody else, and I believe that He wants to use Imagine Art to do that. And I know that He's going to do it to completion. I know that He's going to finish a good work that He started. And the end result is just going to be these individual artists who were once forgotten, discarded, unable, and He's planting them, and now look at them, and I think that that's what's going to happen here. And so I'm really excited, and I'm amazed that God is allowing me to be a part of that, because He's showing up, He's going before me, and He's doing stuff that it's like I couldn't have done. I mean, I can't transform the lives of another person. I mean, that's, it's too big. And so I'm really, really grateful that He's doing it, and that He's going ahead of me, and He's got His hand all over it. It's just very evident.